Good morning. I think every one of you has completed the test nicely and you are ready now for the further program in the induction session. So we are to start with the next session. The session for today is related with extracurricular activities and entrepreneurship. There will be two different sessions. The first session that we are going to start with will be delivered by Professor Joshi, who is the in charge of student activities. So he will be dealing with the importance of extracurricular activities and in which way we basically develop the students to become a versatile personality. So I would like to request Joshi sir to start with his address, and I will request all the students to remain on the mute mode. Do not switch on your mics till you do not get any sort of question, till your answers are not expected. And please do not annotate in any way on your screens. So please be patient. We are to start with the address. Over to Joshi sir.
Good morning, dear friends. I will be giving a presentation on extracurricular activities that are carried out at Finolex Academy of Management and Technology, Ratnagiri. Before I start with my presentation, let me introduce myself. Division A students, they know me because I teach to Division A. I'm Professor D.D. Joshi, and I'm working in the capacity of Associate Professor in Chemistry, and the responsibility of Student Affairs Department is also with me. Before I start with my presentation, let me congratulate all of you since you have passed your 12th exam and you have chosen Finolex Academy of Management and Technology as your career path. So I congratulate all of you and welcome all of you to Finolex Academy campus. Before I discuss regarding the extracurricular activities which are carried out in Finolex Academy campus, I would like to discuss about what are actually extracurricular activities. What is the importance of extracurricular activity? What is the need of extracurricular activity? What sort of extracurricular activities they are carried out in the campus? In detail, I'll be discussing regarding this. So first of all, let us try to understand what is extracurricular activity. The word extracurricular is composed of two words, extra and curricular. The word extra means outside, and the curricular term refers to all of the work that is carried out in the classroom. Maybe the lectures, practical seminars, and so on and so forth. So extra means outside, and curricular refers to all of the activities which are carried out of the classroom. And that is why the word extracurricular activities means the activities that you do outside of the classroom, out of the classroom. There is another term, co-curricular activity and extracurricular activity. Co-curricular activity is the activity which is parallel to your academics. It is based on your academics. That is co-curricular activity. And extracurricular activity is the activity which is carried out outside of the classroom and it is beyond your academics. I would like to put some extracurricular activities before you so that the concept of extracurricular activities will be very clear in your mind. Some of the extracurricular activities are like this: sports, maybe indoor games, outdoor games. The indoor games like carom, chess, table tennis, outdoor games like cricket, football, volleyball. All these sports, that is a part of extracurricular activity. Martial arts, maybe karate, kung fu, or such type of arts, they are also the part of extracurricular activity. The college magazine, which is mostly also called as seminar, that is also a part of extracurricular activity. Debate, storytelling, elocution, these are the examples of extracurricular activities. NCC, National Cadet Corps, NSS, science club, maybe language club, such type of clubs where a particular subject is taken and some discussions they take place and some activities they are carried out based on it. They are the parts of extracurricular activities. Literary arts like writing essays, articles, poems, or even reading the poem, that also is a part of extracurricular activity. The fun games you might have enjoyed, number of fun games up to this time, they also constitute extracurricular activity. Vocal and instrumental art, singing or playing some instrument, these are also the parts of extracurricular activities. Performing art, that is the drama, maybe mono act, skit, one act play, all these are the examples of extracurricular activities. Sketching, the pictures, drawing, painting, maybe oil painting, watercolor, anything. These are also extracurricular activities. Photography, yoga and meditation are also the examples of extracurricular activities. Some awareness programs related with social awareness, etc., they are carried out. Mostly the street shows, they are carried out. So all these are the parts of extracurricular activities. Now, what is the need and importance of extracurricular activities? That is very important. You have taken admission to engineering, and mostly you are advised by your parents and by the teachers and everybody, all of the elderly persons, they tell that this is your career building time, concentrate on your studies, concentrate on your academics, forget about all types of funs and games, etc. Don't waste your time, and always do the academics. So that also is not really advisable. We utilize all of our time in academics only, that is not advisable. It will be boresome, and that is why we must take some part of our time, we must take out some part of our time, we must enjoy some games, we must enjoy some hobbies. And what is happening around us, what are the social problems, what are our traditions, all these things we need to study, and accordingly we must participate in all these things. Now all of you have crossed 18, you are 18 plus, and government has given you the right to vote. So you have got your own choice, your own opinion, your own way of doing the things. So all this is going to contribute in your career building, and that is why all these extracurricular activities, they are required. Here I have tried to summarize some of the extracurricular activities, the need and importance of some extracurricular activities. To avoid sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle means just sitting for hours together, uh, not doing anything. So today's lifestyle is sedentary lifestyle, and the main reason of this is the use of internet. The cell phones, computers, they are easily available. And now all of you know that in this pandemic situation, we have given the cell phone in the hands of a schoolboy, even preliminary standard student is using cell phone in his or her hand. So due to this, what is happening is that we are mostly not using all these things for good purpose, for good reason. Academics, obtaining some information, communication, that is all right. But mostly it is seen that the young students like you, they sit hours together and they spend a very long time just on chat, on chatting on WhatsApp and Facebook, and enjoying some movies and series and so on. So this also is not advisable. Due to this sedentary lifestyle, this young generation is suffering due to many health problems and many psychological problems also. It is necessary that we must enjoy some sports, we do some exercise, we should have some hobbies. That is going to build our career also. And that is why, to avoid the sedentary lifestyle, we must go for extracurricular activities. Due to extracurricular activities, you are going to build a long-lasting friendship and connections. Unless and until you meet with your friends, chat, arrange some programs, have some sports, fun games, have some hobby, contribute to some social issues, you cannot have friendship. And friendship is a very good thing. It is going to be a power, and it is going to help you in your future time. You are going to build some connections due to this friendship. And when you work in a team, when you work as a group, that is going to help you in your future life also. Another reason for extracurricular activities can be to experience working in a team. When we work together, we share our thoughts, we understand each other, we give our opinion, we listen to another opinion, we take a decision. All these things, they're very important. To learn communication, problem solving approach, and time management. When we arrange a program and some responsibility is given to you, and how is that you carry out? Unless and until you work for it, you cannot come to know what are the problems that come across and how to find a solution for that. All these things, unless and until you go deep in the water, you are not going to learn swimming. It is just like that. And that is why it is necessary that we go for some extracurricular activities. It improves leadership potential also, as I discussed just now. It is going to add more personality to your resume and make you placeable. Now, if you are good in some extracurricular activity, if you are ranker, then it is not only going to give you pleasure, but it is going to add some valuable things to your resume. And employer at the time of employment mostly checks that what are the other things that you can do, what are your hobbies, what is the extra thing that you can do. That is very important. And for the placement purpose, this is going to be very important. And in the last, it can award you 10 grace marks in Mumbai University. This is very important. Again, I am showing this. Dear friends, you might be surprised, but due to extracurricular activities, you can get 10 grace marks over and above extra marks at your BE level. Okay, what are the different activities where these grace marks can be obtained and how you can obtain that I'm going to tell further. So it is not only just for enjoyment purpose, it is not only just for building your career, for your personality, but that is going to help your academics also. It can award you 10 grace marks. Okay. Now, what sort of extracurricular activities that are carried out at FMT? Let me discuss about that. A number of extracurricular activities they are carried out in this campus. Some of them I am going to list. And these extracurricular activities, they are carried out through some committees. There are different committees in our institute, and they are related with some extracurricular activities. And how these activities they are carried out, that I will be discussing. Cultural committee, it is there. They organize many cultural programs, many competitions they organize. Similarly, the annual social gathering of the institute, the responsibility of arranging all these annual social celebrations, that is also on cultural committee. NSS is there. We have DLLE. What is this NSS DLLE? I'll be discussing in my next slide. Nature Club, it is there just to create environmental awareness, and related to that, many programs that are arranged by Nature Club. Student associations, they are there. Every engineering branch in our institution has got their own student associations, and many co-curricular and extracurricular activities they are carried out under the banner of student associations. Universal Human Values Cell, this is recently constituted. Sports department is there, sports committee is there, and all types of indoor and outdoor games that are arranged every year, and the competitions they are carried out, and the students are awarded with medals and certificates also. WDC, Women Development Cell, it is there. Utopia, this Utopia is nothing but it is our annual social gathering. We call it as Utopia, that is also celebrated. Brainwaves, it is the state level competition based on co-curricular and extracurricular activities. That also is carried out every year. Samvad is a college magazine. In addition to this, we have got another college magazine also. It is called as Evor. That also is there. And in addition to all these extracurricular activities, our students participate in the competitions, programs organized by some outside agency, nearby colleges, some other colleges, university, and other departments, etc. So all these types of extracurricular activities that are carried out in Finolex Academy. The complete academic year is full of all these events. Now let us discuss about the extracurricular activities which are carried out in Finolex Academy Campus one by one. First of all, I'm going to consider those activities which can fetch you 10 grace marks in exam. That is very important. So let me discuss about such events. DLLE is one of them. DLLE is Department of Lifelong Learning and Extension. The faculty in charge of this particular DLLE activity is Professor Y.A. Landge. He belongs to Chemical Engineering Department, and Professor Shodhan Mayekar. He works as assistant professor. Y.A. Landge belongs to Chemical Engineering Department, and Professor Shodhan Mayekar, he belongs to Mechanical Engineering Department. What are the objectives of this DLLE? DLLE promotes the aims and values of human development. It provides a forum and place for exchange of ideas, innovations. It tries to create social awareness among the students. And in order to overcome the problems of society, some awareness programs and the other events, they are also carried out. What type of activities they are covered by DLLE? It is Swachhata Abhiyan, Gram Swachhata Abhiyan, beach cleaning, awareness programs on cashless transactions, electrical safety, awareness programs on status of women in society, and many other events they are carried out, many other activities they are carried out by DLLE. Now this is very important. Students participating in DLLE are awarded with 10 grace marks in even semester. That is, you work for one academic year, and at the end of that academic year, that is in the even semester examination, 10 grace marks will be awarded to you by the university. Now, let me tell you that presently we are carrying out this activity for second year and third year students only. So you will be working, you will have a chance to work in DLLE in second year onwards. But in order to obtain these 10 marks, you have to satisfy certain conditions. You have to fulfill some conditions. These are the criteria for awarding 10 marks. The first criteria is you must complete 120 hours of work for a project or activity which you are carried out in that academic year. So 120 clock hours you have to work for that particular activity. This is very much essential. Secondly, you must have satisfactory attendance at training program or meetings which are related with your project or event. And third thing is that you have to write a full-fledged report about the activity which you have carried out, your observations, conclusions, etc. And you must get it duly checked by respective departmental coordinator. So if you fulfill all these conditions, then my dear friends, you have got every chance to get 10 grace marks in your examination. And that is why this activity is very, very important. Let us move to another activity. NSS, National Service Scheme. This is also an activity where you can obtain 10 marks. Okay. The in charge faculty of this particular activity is Professor U.K. Samant. He works as assistant professor in first year engineering department. He is assistant professor in chemistry. Some of the objectives of NSS are shown here to enable the students to understand the community and their relation with the community, to develop sense of social responsibility among students, to help to acquire leadership qualities, to develop capacity to meet emergencies and national disasters like flood situation, etc. are the objectives of this NSS. What type of activities they are covered? Street play on the occasion of Matrubhasha Din, small dam construction in residential camp, or a particular village is taken under consideration, and some developmental activity, cleanliness events, such type of events they are carried out. Swachhata Abhiyan or blood donation camp, programs on national days, street plays on environmental awareness, such type of activities they are carried out under NSS. After fulfilling the criteria, there are certain prescribed criteria. And if you fulfill all these criteria, then NSS student is awarded with 10 grace marks. So this is another activity where you can obtain 10 grace marks. The third thing is about cultural committee. As I said, we have got cultural committee in our institution, and one member, one faculty from every department is member of cultural committee. You can contact to that member second year onwards. For first year, we have Darshana Bapat madam as the in charge of cultural committee, and we have got Professor L.D. Naik Naure as the member of cultural committee. You can contact them regarding that. So the faculty in charge of this committee is Professor Mrs. D.M. Bapat. Some of the objectives of cultural committee are to draw the hidden talent of the students out through their participation in various events. Now, everybody of us have got some talent in us. Mostly we also do not know, do not understand about that talent. And it is necessary to identify this talent and then promote it. And for that purpose, cultural committee works. It provides a platform for your hidden talent, guides you, motivates you so that you can excel in that particular talent, and that will help you in building your career. To facilitate help and support for conducting and participating in various cultural activities, to organize different programs, competitions, to foster the leadership qualities of the students, to boost the confidence among the students are some of the objectives of this cultural events, cultural committee. What sort of activities they are covered? Number of programs, a variety of programs they are conducted under the banner of cultural committee, like tribute to national leaders, freedom fighters, great personalities, programs related with social awareness, various competitions like essay writing, poem reading, elocution, the annual social gathering. The responsibility of annual social is on cultural committee, and many other cultural activities they are carried out under cultural events. Now, as I said, Utopia is our annual social gathering, and cultural committee organizes this particular annual social. This annual social gathering celebration takes place for 3 long days in even semester, somewhere in the last week of February or in the first week of March. This celebration it is there, and for 3 long days this celebration is carried out. So number of events they are there, and a very grand celebration of annual social is carried out every year. Now, what sort of events they are organized under Utopia? Different types of events they are there. Drama it is there. So a skit can be there, mono act can be there, and related with that, drama activities there. Dance activities there. So variety of dance forms, solo dance, duet, group dance, all these they are there. Fashion show it is there. Dhol Tasha, that is our traditional activity that is every year carried out. Voice of FMT, it is related with Hindi and English songs. Dear friends, I'm observing some line scratches. They are observing on my, they are appearing on my screen. These are nothing but these are the annotations which are made by you. So I request you not to do this. Please don't put any annotation. So I was discussing about the events which are organized. Voice of FMT, it is there. It is based on Hindi and English songs. Swar Sandhya, it is there. It is the program of Marathi songs. Rock band, it is related with musical instruments. Fun games, Clash of Titan, Streeties, Pirates, under such heads, many fun games. Jam show, it is there, just a minute show. 1 minute is given and some fun activities carried out in 1 minute. Antakshari is the part of Utopia. Various days like Sari Day and other days they are performed. And the most important thing is that all these events, they are designed, scheduled, and executed by students only. This is very important. All these events, they are designed, scheduled, and executed by students only. So the General Secretary, GS, and his team, they arrange for all these programs. They think about the programs. They put all these programs on a paper and they prepare the budget required for it that is proposed to principal, and principal approves certain amount for all these events, and under the supervision of faculty in charge, these students, they organize all the events. Okay, so going to external agencies, talking to them, bringing the required material, and then carrying out all these events, the time management, etc. Everything, event management, everything is done by the students only. The role of teacher is just to supervise and guide them. So all the selections and the program arrangement and everything that is carried out by the students only, and that is going to foster their leadership qualities. Here are some of the glimpses of Utopia. This is a photograph of the event Rock Band. Here is another one. This is the act performed in Dhol Tasha. This act received very nice appreciation from the audience. I'm showing you the glimpses of Utopia 2020. This is the dance performance by girl students in Utopia. Coming to another and most important extracurricular activity, and that is sports. We have got Professor Dr. S.B. Kulkarni as faculty in charge of sports committee, and various indoor and outdoor games, they are organized. Maybe football, volleyball, badminton, cricket, table tennis, kho-kho, athletics, swimming, basketball, and chess, swimming, carom. All these games, they are the part of our annual sports. And many students, they participate in these games, and the winners are awarded with prizes in individual and team categories. The special awards are given to the student, to the winners. The winners, they receive medals, and in the group events, the runners-up trophy it is there, and the winning trophy it is also there. At the same time, there is award for best athlete, a boy and a girl. There is an award for best sports person also, a boy and girl, and a championship trophy it is there. So every department has got their teams to participate in different events, and the department which excels in this sports activity is declared as the winner of champions trophy. So a huge celebration is carried out under these sports. Here are some of the glimpses of sports activity. In this photograph, you can see the mechanical girls. They are celebrating with the champions trophy. Last year, the mechanical engineering, they were the winners of this champions trophy. This is sportsmanship moment in football during sports 2020. Before the final match, this snap was taken. In addition to this, as I said, our students, they participate in many extracurricular activities which are organized by external agencies. Darshana ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
And is the screen also is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Our students participate in many other events which are organized by external agencies. The various competitions like elocution, debate, essay writing, and many other programs and competitions which are organized by nearby colleges. In these competitions, our students, they do participate. In addition to this, in every academic year, the Students Development Department of Mumbai University, they also organize the competitions, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. They are there. University level sports competitions, they are also there. So our students, they also participate in these sports competitions. Youth Festival is organized by Department of Students Development, Mumbai University every year. And this festival, it includes a variety of events, uh, right from essay writing, poem writing, storytelling, music, dance, skit, drama, literary, and fine arts, and so many. So many of our students, they participate in those events. And the most important thing is that the students ranking in final round of this youth festival and the sports event at university level, they're awarded with 10 grace marks in a semester. Okay. So in order to obtain 10 grace marks, you must not only qualify for the final round, but you must rank in that, maybe sports or maybe some extracurricular activity. And again, very important thing, let me tell you that in academic year 2019-2020, 12 FMT students, they have received 10 grace marks. So this is very important. In the elocution, in storytelling, and in folk dance, and in such events, 12. So it is a big number, and 12 FMT students, they have received 10 grace marks in academic year 2019 and 20 for ranking in different events in this youth festival. So you can be one of these students if you participate in extracurricular activities, and if you rank in them, then my dear friends, there is every chance that you also can be awarded with these 10 grace marks. So it is not only academics, but the extracurricular activities, they are also going to increase your pointer, provided that we participate in that, we excel in that along with the academics. About the brainwaves. Brainwaves is a state level competition of co-curricular and extracurricular activities. And every year it is organized by our institution, and it is celebrated along with Utopia for 3 long days. Under Brainwaves, many extracurricular activities they are carried out, and co-curricular activities they are also there. Co-curricular activities like technical paper presentation, quiz, etc. It is there. In addition to this, many extracurricular activities like debate, rangoli, sketching, photography, mehndi, nail art, they are there. Last year, we had LAN gaming. In this particular LAN gaming category, the events like Counter-Strike Solo and Squad, Need for Speed, Battleground, Mobile, Solo, Duo and Squad, such type of competitions, they were organized. And the winners of these events, they're awarded with handsome prizes also. So Brainwaves is another activity, important activity, which is celebrated, which is carried out in our campus. And definitely you can be a part of this. That is going to help you to have good communication, have good friendship, and to develop the leadership qualities and so on. Some of the glimpses of Brainwaves 2020, they are here. Here in this pic, you can see the students are showing the model prepared from West. The dignitaries are watching this model. It is best from West. Here is another glimpse of Rangoli. Nature Club is another extracurricular activity in Finolex Academy. We have got Professor UK Samant as the faculty in charge of Nature Club. He belongs to first year department. He's assistant professor in chemistry. And the objectives of Nature Club are to create awareness about the environment conservation and to organize activities to reduce the pollution and to make efforts to conserve biodiversity, etc. So under Nature Club, many activities they are organized, like afforestation. Afforestation is nothing but tree plantation. Deforestation is cutting of trees, and afforestation is planting the trees. So tree plantation that is carried out every year. You might have seen Phenolex Academy campus. All these majority of the trees they are planted by the students. Exhibition on butterflies in Konkan region. Last but 1 year, we had this exhibition in our campus. It was very good exhibition, and it received overwhelming response from the students, and that is why it was organized in Thiba Mahotsav also at Thiba Palace, and many residents of Ratnagiri and other visitors, they also appreciated this particular exhibition. Celebration of World Forest Day, celebration of World Water Day, naming the plants in campus, etc. These activities, they are carried out by Nature Club. As I said, we have students associations in our institution. Every department has got their own students association. First year department also has got students association. You people also will be constituting your own students association. The first year engineering student association, it is abbreviated as FESA, FESA, FESA. You will be a part of this FESA this year. Mechanical Engineering Students Association, it is called as MESA. Electrical Engineering Student Association, it is abbreviated as ESA. Association for Chemical Engineering Students, it is there. It is abbreviated as ASSES. Information Technology Students Association, it is there. It is called as ITSA. Association for Students of Electronics and Telecommunication, it is called as ASCENT. So these student associations, they are there, and mostly they are involved in co-curricular activities, the academics related activities. Maybe organizing the expert lectures based on their own syllabus, expert lectures related with training and placement, and the paper presentation, project competition, such co-curricular activities, mostly they are carried out by these student associations. But along with these co-curricular activities, some extracurricular activities are also organized by them, like blood donation camp, charity events. They are also organized by student associations. We have our college souvenir. It is called as Samvad. And we have a 3-language formula for it, Marathi, Hindi, and English. Professor Mrs. P.A. Poddar is the faculty in charge of this particular activity. She belongs to Electrical Engineering Department. The objective of this particular activity is to provide opportunity to the student, to provide a platform to the student to exhibit their skill in creative writing, sketching, painting, photography, etc. So Samvad includes various categories like technical and non-technical prose, poetry, one-act play, photographs, sketches, paintings, and any other creative thing that is accepted here and that is published every year. So here is the chance for your hidden talent, and you students have to come forward and participate in this. We have got Women Development Cell also, WDC, Women Development Cell. The faculty in charge of this particular cell is Professor H.N. Kelkar. She belongs to first year engineering department. She is assistant professor in mathematics. The objectives of this WDC cell are to create social awareness about the problems of women, gender discrimination, to promote well-being of women, etc. Many co-curricular activities that are organized by WDC. They arrange for expert lectures, which will guide the students, especially the girl students, regarding the gender discrimination and the other laws of government related with that. And some extracurricular activities, they are also organized by this WDC. like poster making competition, essay writing competition, etc. We have UHV cell, Universal Human Values Cell. This is recently constituted, and Professor Dr. S.B. Kulkarni is the in charge of this particular cell. This cell has been set up in concurrence with National Education Policy 2020, and this cell is supposed to organize the programs as per guidelines of university, ICT, and other government agencies. So I have tried to summarize some of the extracurricular activities which are carried out at Finolex Academy of Management and Technology. I have discussed about the need and importance of it. I have given you the details. As and when we will be coming face to face, you will be visiting to campus, you will come to know about the various activities. I have also informed you that there is every chance that you can obtain 10 grace marks if you excel in a particular extracurricular activity, maybe sports or other event. And that is why it is necessary that we must come forward, avail this particular thing, participate in extracurricular activities, which is going to help us in building our career, and it is going to make us placeable also. So that's all. And I express my sincere thanks to all of you for your patient listening, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavor. Have a good time with Finolex Academy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. You have given nice and elaborated information about all the extracurricular activities in which the students are expected to participate during their 4 years of degree. So thanks a lot once again. I hope that students have understood what sort of activities are carried out every year at Finolex Academy and how they are expected to participate in those activities. As we have learned yesterday only, that in those days it is not sufficient only to get marks, but we have to develop our personality in a versatile way. And to develop your personality in a versatile way, definitely these activities are going to help you. Because if you think about even your jobs in future, these are not the days where you will be placed based on your mark sheet only. So you have to add some more abilities, some more skills to your personality, which will boost your overall personality and make you to get a good job. Along with those good jobs, there may be certain students, they expressed yesterday only their interest to become a good entrepreneur. And entrepreneurship development is one more responsibility of the institutes like FMT. So the next session would be carried out by Professor Jayant Mani, who is going to explain a lot of things about entrepreneurship development. So I would request Professor Mani to start with his session.
So good afternoon, students. I am Jayant Mane. I am actually professor in electrical engineering department, and I am also looking after entrepreneurship development in Finolex Academy. So today I am here to just motivate you regarding entrepreneurship. I'll also discuss about our plan, how we want to develop you as an entrepreneur. So I'll start my presentation. Okay, so just to make you aware, what are the things needed or there you will get in a job, and what are the things needed or you will get in a business. Because entrepreneurship is all about business, starting your own business, maybe carrying out your business if there is in your family or like that. So job is like some 9 to 5 work. People generally tend to think like that. But you can just look around. People are not doing their job just 9 to 5. The working hours are maybe extended more than that. And sometimes companies have given so much of task to the people that they are always 24/7 doing their job like that. So obviously, there are very highly paid jobs, but obviously those comes with a lot of responsibility as well as a lot of hard work. So people have tendency of thinking that, okay, job in a job, uh, you don't need that much hard work. It will be a routine work, and it will be a, you can say, happy life without any tension or like that. But let me tell you, in job also there will be targets. You have to achieve so many things. You have to achieve. You have to achieve promotions or even salary increments. You have to compete with other colleagues. So all of the things means life is never easy. Life will be never easy. So that is, you can say, those are the things. By thinking of, people are getting away from the business, especially we, the Marathi people. We are always not thinking about business as our career. But again, you just think of, if any high-end sports car is coming. So what do you think? If that person would be a businessman or would be a person who is doing job? So obviously you will think that, oh, he must be some businessman. Because achieving that much of, you can say, success, okay, in terms of money, is not possible in a job. Or to achieve that much, maybe somebody have to work for his whole life, because owning that much, you can say, expensive car is not a, you can say, easy task for anybody who is doing job. So obviously you might have not think regarding these things up till now, job or business or whatever. You might have just maybe doing your job well, means studying well and getting good marks. But this is the time you have entered into some professional career. So this is the professional course, engineering. So you have to be a good professional. Otherwise, you will not be successful. That is obvious. So along with knowledge, you must gain so much of skills here, and only then you will be successful. So if right now I ask you, what is the target in your life, or okay, what do you want to achieve now? So then almost everybody will tell me that I want to be a good engineer. I want to complete my degree and like that. So that is a very traditional way of thinking. Now let me tell you, in this new world, in this new very fast changing world, you may start earning right now also while doing your regular studies. So that is possible with this online business and everything, with this information and technology. So whatever you want to gain knowledge about, you can just gain it without any, you can say, professional course or like that. You can just have some skill course or skill achievements, and based on that, you may get a job also, a part-time job, or you may also start your own business. So that is all possible. So don't just wait for your degree to be completed. Otherwise, in a traditional way, people will always expect you, means your parents as well as teachers will expect you to, okay, just concentrate on your studies and get good marks and just complete your degree, and then we will think about. So I think till then 4 years will be over, and 4 years is a very, very long time. That is again a longer time than any business to get successful or to set up fully. So only 1,000 days are needed to set up, you can say, sustainable business. So for that much period, you have to put so much of hard work. And then if your business is successful, then for, you can say, for rest of the period, it may go through, okay, just sail through. But in a job, as you progress with your experience, as you progress with your position, your responsibilities will be increasing and you have to do more and more hard work. So it is like that. Initially, you will be very inexperienced person. So you will not be handling much of the task. But as you gain experience, as you go on changing companies, you'll be loaded with lot of work. Okay, so just to start our presentation, so there is no limit to money. So as you everybody know, in job you get some package, and again the package will be having some yearly increments, and if you get some promotion, in that case again the salary package will change. So there is limit. So whether you do somewhat less work or you do more work, you do any sort of some extra work, okay, or you work for extra hours and like that, that frame is not going to change. So that is quite depressing for a person, okay, after a few years, because initially you'll be very enthusiastic to do your job, but afterwards it will become somewhat repetitive, and you may not remain motivated for a longer time. But in a business, if you do more work, you will get rewarded on a daily basis, isn't it? In the job, you will not get reward on daily basis. You will get reward after a year, because after 1 year of service, you will get increments. So very low, you can say, chances of earning more money. That is very important thing. Okay, there are no time restrictions in business. Okay, in a job, you have to be on time, you have to go to office. Okay, even though you are late, then you will drive very fast and like that, and you will reach to your office. You'll work there, and again you will come back to home. So it will be like a, you can say, repetitive task again. Every day will be almost similar. That is why you can say the salaried person are more tend to go on the holidays. So they always think that, okay, when I'm getting, they are always planning for holidays, because they are fed up with their routine life. Whereas in business, people are almost free. So if you are doing any business, you may plan, okay, your vacations or anything like that, or even you can decide your working hours. That depends upon you. So initially, you may be working for 24/7 for initial hours, initial days, but afterwards you are the boss, so you will be deciding. So this is again very important factor. Okay, there are no rules to obey, because in an organization there are so many rules you have to obey. And the many times the very important rule is don't put your brain into the things, because the things are already decided, they are already framework, and you have to work in that framework only. So don't give your any input into that. So if you try to innovate and like that, in that case it may harm you instead of rewarding you. Whereas in business, whatever innovation you do, or almost there are no rules. Okay, you can just do it to grow your own business. So that will be very good, or a pleasant experience to work for. And in a job, you are always working for others. You have that feeling you are working for others. Whereas in business, you work for yourself. Okay, and again, you don't have to retire in a job. If you attain certain age, people will send you to your home. So even though you are very much enthusiastic, or you are full of experiences you want to share with other people, you want to again grow further, but there is no chance. Nobody will allow you to work after that. But in a business, you never retire. You may go on working. So you might be seeing Ratan Tata. So he has attained, I think, almost 80 years or like that. So he is still working, and he is still growing the Tata's business. So that is the, you can say, possibility. You never retire. Even you do something which will be helpful for your generation, isn't it? because this Ratan Tata is fourth or like that third or fourth generation of Tatas. So they are doing, they are running a family business, and they are just growing their empire. So that is again very important factor. And you can make your own identity. That is again very important. So Tata is a surname, or so many people have started Birla. Birla is a surname. So many people have started their business with their own name or maybe their family name. So that will become the identity. All over the world, you will be known. And that surname will become some kind of brand, isn't it? So that is again very important. You can make your own identity. That is mostly not possible with job, because in a job you'll be working for a company. So if you do any hard work or you achieve anything, that will be credited to your company's account and not your personal account. So hardly people will be identified with their own, you can say, personality or own name, family name, like that. Okay, and you will never have to wait for the holidays. Okay, you can plan your own because you are the boss. That is the thing. Okay, you will learn how to run a team, because business is not a single person's job, it is a group work, and you will be handling so many people, people of different ages, people of different backgrounds, okay, different experiences, and different level of, you can say, level in the organization. So that will be very good, you can say, thing. If you can make a very good team, then you will grow like nothing. Means not only it will be depending upon you, your team will do all of the things, because the one person may not be or he's not good at all the things. So there are many people who are good at many things like that, or different things. So you can place a person who is suitable for that job, and then your job is done. So he will work for you, he will earn for you, and like that. So once you set up a business, you can attract so many bright minds to your company, because there are so many job seekers instead of job givers. So you can just hire them and you can grow. Okay, now just take an example. There are two friends, childhood friends, Ramesh and Mahesh. So obviously they are grown up together, so they completed their study together. Now one wants to be an entrepreneur, another wants to get some good job in multinational company. He want to earn very good salary. Now you can have survey how many people get this in initial years. Okay, very crucial. So now just we'll see their comparison. Okay, so they have studied their advantages and disadvantages of being a businessman and being somebody's employee. So just they decided, okay, we will meet once in a year and just we will measure our progress. So Ramesh have to start his business, so he has to go to banks to borrow loan. Okay, he has to borrow money from some funding agencies. Like that, he may have to give bribes to get permissions and everything like that, because he has to register his company, he has to obtain licenses, he has to register the property. So many things he has to do, but this is all initial work. Okay, according to World Bank, in India, it takes some 35 to 52 days to start a business, to register and start it legally. And again, you can say official costs are different and practical costs are different. Okay, let it be. But nowadays, so many things have gone online, so much of the things are now very simple. So 50% entrepreneurs said that okay, they face some problems while obtaining clearances and licenses. Okay, that is fine. Okay, after 1 year, both have met. So entrepreneur have invested somewhat around 1.5 lakhs. And then Mahesh has got good job. First year, obviously Mahesh is the you can say winner, because Ramesh has just got 20,000 as a benefit, owner's benefit, and Mahesh has got some pretty good salary whole year. So startup investment was for businessman it was 1.5 lakhs, for employee 0. After 1 year, he just got 10% of you can say benefit, 10% benefit on the investment. Around 20,000 he has earned, whereas this employee Mahesh has earned 1 lakh. So second year, Mahesh just received 5% increase in his salary. So 5% is very, very nice. It is considered to be very, very nice in a job. Okay, 5% is you can say almost nothing. See here. Previously he was getting 1 lakh and now he's getting 1 lakh 5,000, and he might be very happy. And you might have put a lot of hard work to earn these 5,000 rupees. Okay, fine, but here the increment is some 10 to 5%, and here the business has earned a good revenue, and it might have gone up to 3.5 lakhs. So after in the first year, Ramesh has just earned 20,000. Now he has earned 52,000. So at the end of second year, see here, businessman has just got 52,000 in a year, and he has got 1 lakh 5,000. See, the gap is now being narrower. So another salary increment is awarded to Mahesh. Now he is getting 1 lakh 8,000. And he has gone from 20,000 in the first year to 90,000 in a third year now. See, at the end of third year, he is getting 90,000 and he is getting 1 lakh and 8,000. So here, one would say that, okay, Mahesh's life is looking like very easy, but obviously that is not very easy to remain in the job for 3 years and again, okay, working for, you can say on a daily basis, putting so much of effort and like that. And then he's rewarded some 3 or 5,000 increment in a year. So moral of the story, you can say after 3 or more years, 3 years is around 1,000 days, isn't it? As previously I have told you that for any business to completely set up, you need at least 3 years. Okay, otherwise, what is the story in our Marathi families? If somebody starts business, from first day itself or second day itself, people start asking, okay, how much you are getting? Or after 1 year or 1 month, like that, everybody will be asking you how much you are getting, how much you are earning, how much you are earning. So it is not a, you can say, a magic, isn't it? It will take its time. So if you are starting some business, you should tell your friends as well as family that you should not ask me how much I am earning at least for 1,000 days, at least for 3 years. Okay, it will take time. And after 3 years, you may ask me, or they may not needed to ask you. Okay, from your you can say living and everything, your lifestyle, they will come to know. Okay, your business is successful. So after 3 years, okay, again see the situation. What is there after 3 years? So if we compare asset value of the company, employee who is doing job, his asset value is 0. Asset means whatever he has, you can say gained, what he can sell or what he can monetize in other ways. So his asset is 0. So the one who is doing job, his asset is always 0. Or he may do some savings, some FDs. Okay, he may buy 1 or 2 flats, 1 or 2 plots, 1 car, or hardly 2 or 3 cars in his lifetime. That is what his whole achievements in the life, isn't it? So you can think, you can just have survey people who are doing jobs, what they have achieved. So only these many things. So their asset value could be very, very low. Whereas in this business, if the business is set and it is going well, then its asset value will increase. People will even buy your brand name. People will buy your brand name. There are so many brands in the market now. You are recognizing those brands from so many years, but right now their owner might have changed, and the owner is getting the benefit of that brand. So just by selling here the brand name, one may earn millions or billions of rupees. Okay, because we always believe in brand name. We always buy things by looking at the name, the brand. So this is very crucial thing. Now see, the asset value of this business could be 2.7 lakhs. So if right now, after 3 years, if he thinks about selling his business to somebody, at least he may get 2.7 lakhs. So already he has earned some benefit all over the years, as well as there is some asset value. But for job doing people, there is no asset value. So this is calculated by a thumb rule. So whatever is the owner benefit taking right now, 3 times of that is the valuation of the business, you can say. So if someone is getting more benefit as the owner, his valuation again is more. And if he has developed, he has built some brand name, in that case, there will not be any limit for this. And if you do this initial years, you may go to share market to get, okay, if you don't want to sell this business right now, you want to grow. Obviously, the businessman is always trying to grow, and he might have very big target. So initially he has started the business, he's doing it for some years. Afterwards, he may go to share market to get more and more money. So based on your track record, means your previously whatever you have done the business. So based on that, people will buy shares in your company. They will become partner in your company, and again they will give you so much of money that again you can invest and grow your business. So in that way, the companies are built. So whoever is right now in the share market, company listed in the share market, obviously that company was initially started by somebody as his own startup or own business, and right now he has achieved a name in the industry. He has achieved so many things. So people have belief on that company, and they also give money to that company. So it goes in that way. Okay. So obviously, if you want to achieve so many things, then stop making excuses and start making your own dream. Okay. Now, if somebody is now ready to start his business, hello, somebody's mic is on, I think. Please put your mic off. Okay, so if somebody is now determined, okay, he will start a business. So only thinking about starting a business is not enough. So for becoming entrepreneur, there are so many things required. So I'll discuss those in my second presentation. So just to tell you, always money is not needed to start any business, because people have this tendency of thinking, okay, I just want so much of money initially to start a business, otherwise, okay, it is not possible. So it's not like that. Even with zero investment, you can start your business, or in minimum investment, you can start your business with your pocket money, or you can say some money borrowed or collected in your friends group. So you can start it like that. Have some experience of business in these years itself. And again, especially I will tell you, get experience of selling the things. Become a seller. So everybody wants to be a manufacturer, but only manufacturing the things is not enough. Very crucial point in business is selling. If you know selling, then you know you need no investment, because there are so many people who are already manufacturing the things. but they might not have reached all the markets, all the potential customers. So if you can do it, you can sell, then you will be succeeded like anybody. And that profession, selling profession or marketing profession, develops your personality in all dimensions. So let me tell you a very good example in my uh, class. Okay, so I'll start another presentation. So let me tell you example from my class. So there was a guy who was very shy, and he was probably from some small town or village. So he was very quietly coming to the class, just sitting in some corner and going again to the hostel. And he was not very much extrovert, not talking to everybody. So his personality was like very shy person. Hardly anybody would recognize him, or you can say remember him. Okay, that guy was in your class. Okay, do you remember? So nobody remembers him. He was like that. And there were some people who were very bright, who were doing so many things. Okay, uh, very talkative. Okay, extrovert person. So one of my such friend once just met us, and he told us, okay, I have joined new company, and do you know who is my boss? So we asked, okay, who is your boss? So he was telling that, okay, that guy, the very shy guy in our class, he's my boss. So everybody was shocked. How it is possible he becomes your boss? Okay, nobody can think like he will be so much successful. So that person was successful only due to marketing. That guy was successful only due to selling. So he was very good at marketing, and his personality was totally changed. He is just now 180-degree shifted like that, his personality. So he has can say earned so much of money. He was having very big car, very big flats, and everything like that. So everybody was shocked. And then I realized, okay, one's personality also can change, and he may become very much successful in his life also, just because he has gone to that field. Now he has started his own two companies. Okay, now he is owner of the company because he is very good at sales. He was achieving targets in crores. Okay, he was able to sell, you can say, in crores. So that is the, you can say possibility. What is the investment in this? The investment is your personality, your convincing ability. To sell something, you must understand others' needs, their behavior, their mindset, and you just pitch it in the right way so that they will buy it. And once they buy, you are successful. So you can see a very good potential is there in marketing. No investment is needed. You can start your own business right now. You just take anything, even you take some uh, soap from a non-recognized brand, and you start selling the soap. Okay, you should always take the hardest target. You might have heard of this example everywhere. In interviews, people always tell you to sell a pen. They are already having very, we can say, good pens with them, but they will give you some cheap pen, and they will tell you that you sell this to me. Or again, you might have heard about this thing, selling refrigerator to Eskimo, who is always living in, you can say, in ice. You have to sell refrigerator to him. Means this is the very toughest thing. The people who don't need the thing, if you're able to sell them, then you will become very, very, very successful. So you have to think about the selling gimmicks and like that tactics, and then you can able to do it. So if you can sell something right now, then you will become a very good businessman, I should tell you. Okay, now introduction to entrepreneurship. So to start your own business. So what is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is a person who establishes his own business or industrial undertaking with a view of making profit. Another definition, a person who introduces innovative change in an entrepreneur, and he is an integral part of economic growth. So that is also entrepreneur. Another definition, entrepreneur is one who assumes risk and management of business. What are the characteristics of an entrepreneur? Not necessarily you are having all these right now. You may develop hard work. This you have to put in everything. Okay, everywhere. Whether you do a job or you do a business, whatever you do, you have to put hard work. Even in your studies, you have to put hard work. There is no alternative to the hard work. So this is a very famous saying. So business acumen and sincerity. So you must be very good at guessing the things, or do you can say taking best decisions. So that is what acumen is. And sincerity. You have to be very sincere, because business is very keen thing, and key to the business is sincerity, because you are always giving some service to the customers and everything like that. So customer satisfaction and everything you should be looking very keenly. So if you are very sincere to your business, then there are chances that you will be successful. Prudence means taking some right decisions, or you can say ability to take the right decisions, because people are always in dilemma. Okay, what should I do? Which path should I take, and like that. But for a businessman, ability to take very right decisions is very important. That decides the future of the company or your business. So you must be very fast at taking decisions. You must be very good at guessing the situations. You must be very good at sensing the market, sensing the customer needs, sensing the changing markets, changing customer needs. In that case, you will survive. So you need obviously the motivation. So initially you may think, okay, I won't do it and I can't do it. Okay. So there is nothing like that in me, or like that I can't think. Then you may think after motivation, okay, I want to do it. Then you will start thinking how to do it. And then you will try. You will try to do it. Okay, let's just give a try. Because if right now you are a student and you are trying some business, so there is no harm, because there is a full life ahead of you. If you even fail at this stage, no problem. You can just recover the losses afterwards, because there is a time, enough time. But if you take risk at your later stages in your life, then the time period is very less, and that enthusiasm which is there in you can say young age, that may not be there. So that is very much harmful if you try some business in later stages of your life. Mostly people will not go for that, because they will be already married. Okay, they might have borrowed loans for buying homes, cars. They might be paying so much of fees for their children. Okay, so they will be, I can say, thinking about future of their children afterwards, and not their own, you can say, fortune. So this is the time, very early time. If you try it, then it will be very good. And just let me tell you, try means it is not just a try. Okay, just give it a try. Okay, it's not like that. You must hit it hard, very hard. You just want to succeed in that much determination. If there in that try, then only there is chance of success. Okay, if you are just giving a simple try, then obviously you will fail. So obviously you should not take it in that way. Okay, then can I do it, and will I do it? And yes, I did it. These are the, you can say, steps. So right now you might be in this stage, and afterwards you may be here. Just after 4 years, I will just want to tell you. So there will be self-reliance and independence. Okay, there is freedom, there is autonomy. So those are the things there. So independence is you'll be doing so many things by your own. So that is very good for a person in his life. So people should be very highly optimistic they should make impossible possible. So if so much of determination is there, then only okay they will succeed in business. So see, there is hardly a person okay in so many people who is very highly optimistic. So he'll always think, okay, he will do it. Whatever is the situation, he will sail through it. Keen foresight is needed. Okay, you must be good at predicting futures because you must have the vision for your company. You must have vision for your employees. So in only that case, you will be successful. The next is planning and organizing ability. So you must plan your business very good. If you put so much of effort in planning only, then afterwards you will feel very less difficulties. So this is very important, planning. And then you must be good at organizing the things. So if things are well organized, only then you can build a good empire. Otherwise, okay, there are chances of failure. Innovativeness, this is very important. Innovativeness, you must have some fresh ideas, okay, thinking out of the box like that. So if somebody is good at innovation, then his you can say startup will be very much successful. So innovation means thinking about the things or doing the things which are not done by anybody yet. So the very unique idea, okay, nobody have think about that previously. So that is innovativeness. So innovation could be there in any part of the business, maybe marketing. So you might have come with some good idea of marketing the things, selling the things, making the things, okay, changing few things like changing the box or changing the name of the brand, changing the tagline, punchline, anything which is very unique, very new. That is innovative. So if you are innovative, then obviously you are different than the rest of the people. You will stand out. So fresh idea is very important. So in this profession, in during these 4 years, you should be always seeking, okay, for new ideas. Okay, what are the new ideas? What is the technology coming into the market, or what are the problems faced by people with the current technology? So if you are very good at, you can say, determining the problems of society, just give solution to that problem. That becomes an innovative business. Okay. So if people are, you can say, having trouble with some chemical beauty products, then you give alternative, herbal alternative, or some less harsh chemicals you use, anything like that. So if people are suffering from some problem with current product, you just give some solution to that. So that becomes very innovative and very new product in the market. So innovative idea is very important. So you must have risk taking ability, risk and reward. Okay, they are always like uh, proportional. Okay, more the risk, more will be the reward. But obviously, you must be taking some calculated risk. Calculated risk. So if you are on the road, you are at risk. Then you drive your vehicle, you cross the roads. Okay, you do all the things. So what you do? You take the risk, but you take always a calculated risk. So if you are good at taking calculated risk, success will be there for you. Or do you do the things like that? Okay, just take the vehicle and just go. Okay, go with any speed like that without considering others. Okay, then you will obviously come with an accident. And secrecy. So there are business secrets. So you must be very good at maintaining the secrecy. So whether you have invented something, whether you have done any modification in the product, whatever, you should not tell it to others. Even if you are okay, very good friend of yours, also is there. So don't tell your innovation to him, because he may get benefits of those things. Your competitor may get benefits of those things. So in a business, maintaining secrecy, keeping your business secret is very important. So do you know the Coca-Cola formula? Formula of Coca-Cola cold drink is the very well kept secret. So they have maintained is more than 100 years like that. So that formula is still not known to anybody. How they make the basic of the cold drink, Coca-Cola cold drink. So secrecy maintenance is very important. So you may lose very good chance in your life, okay, or your invention may be used by others. So instead of doing this, you can also make your invention open. So that is in the form of patenting. So if you can take patent of your invention, in that case, it is the secrecy is maintained then, or the rights are maintained by you. So if you take patent of any invention, then government will, you can say, not allow anybody others to use your invention without your permission. So there is very good chance, and that assurance you will get for 10-20 years. So any newly development in the technology, if it is lasting for 20 years, then it is, you can say, very good reward. 20 years is very long time from technology point of view. So you can go for patenting and anything like that. Right now you may not be having any idea regarding patenting, but you can just go on internet and search, because and otherwise in the final year there is a subject on this intellectual property rights. So that invention is your intellectual property. Your brain have developed it, okay, your brain, your hands have developed it. So anything, if you just make a new code, also a program, so that also you can say secure, okay, you can register on your name like that. So program cannot be directly registered, but there is a way and you can register. If you make any app or any website, in that case also you can just have register them with the government. So you should be very good at public relations. You may have to handle so many people, okay, meeting them, okay, and trying to expand your business or sell the products to people, anything like that. Then you must be very good at, you can say, making relation with other companies, okay, they may help you growing your business like that. Okay, very important, you must be good at communication skills, because business is all about, okay, mostly the meetings and like that. So if you are very good at communication, and then you will become very good successful, your personality will reflect in a good way, and there are more chances that you will get the deal. Okay, so there are some types of entrepreneurs. Just briefly discuss this thing. So innovative, adaptive, Fabian, drone. So innovative entrepreneurs are those who discover new things and make their market. So they are highly motivated, talented. Innovation is the key function. So whoever are the toppers in amongst you, they might become this innovative entrepreneur. They might develop some new thing, a new product, okay, and they may become innovative entrepreneur. So introduction of new product, introduction of new quality of existing product, new method of production, opening a new market, discovering new source of supply of raw material or semi-finished goods, achieve monopoly or break up monopoly. So these things they can achieve, innovative entrepreneurs. So just to tell you a very simple thing, nowadays I have come across so many people who are right now living in metro cities, but they have agriculture property in village areas. It may be some 100-200 kilometers away, and they are not getting people to water their, you can say, or to irrigate their farm. So they want something that through their mobile or some app. Okay, they want to just start and stop the pumps at their fields. So that is the, you can say, problem faced by the society. If you are able to give some solution to such a problem, then it becomes a new solution, new product, and that will become popular. Even right now, there is huge market for automation at homes. People want to operate their appliances through their apps. Okay, or there could be someone who is paralyzed. Okay, or you can say not able to move much, or children. So they want to have control. So they can be able to do it by their mobile phones, some apps. Okay, switching on and off appliances in our home. So again, that is a new thing. So you just can enter such a business. So there are videos available on YouTube. Okay, the technology people or even non-technical people can do that. So knowledge is not a problem. You will get the solutions, you will get the way, but you have to just search it. Steve Jobs was a innovative entrepreneur. He has developed the very first computer in the world. Even the Windows operating system was not his invention, but he started using it. And later, the Microsoft people have took the main secrets from that his company, and they also started selling their own product like that. So he was very innovative. All these products shown here, Apple products, all are from his mind. So he was very innovative. Amazon, okay, right now he is the amongst richest persons in the world. So what he did, he just developed a website, an interface wherein sellers and buyers can come together. Okay, no need to go physically to the shops. So due to this, whole world has become a single market. That was the innovation. Second is adaptive type of or imitative type of entrepreneurs. They follow others. So in India, Amazon is followed by Flipkart. So at initial stages itself, okay, before Amazon comes to India, I think there was Flipkart in the country, or along with them they may enter the market, because they also have to just develop a website. So somebody may follow the others. So Uber was followed by Ola in India. So like that, people are just following, adopting the others. So if somebody is very keen of getting knowledge of future developments or current things, okay, they may do such things. And here the risk is very, very low, because the model is already famous in United States or in other countries. Business model is already tested. So Micromax also had have done such things. So Flipkart, Fabian entrepreneurs. So these are generally doubtful in nature, not able to take much of risk. So they adopt with very great caution, skepticism. So in that case, they will not adopt very new methods. Okay, they will not get any new challenges. So their business is like very steady one. So such businesses are these businesses which we traditionally see around us. Okay, very routine type of businesses. So you may enter in such a business also. That depends upon your mentality or your situation. Okay, there may be a good farming land you own. In that case, you may cultivate some new type of crops whose demand is there in the market. I think you may be knowing right now dragon fruit. Dragon fruit has entered our market. Now people are knowing the benefits of eating dragon fruit. And right now it is being sold at somewhat 50 rupees to 100 rupees in the range. Single fruit, 50 rupees to 100 rupees. Even the Alfonso mango in Ratnagiri is also not that much costlier. So that fruit is very costlier because 90% of the fruit is getting imported from Thailand and such countries. So you can start cultivating that here. Or if you are having already some crop, you may make some product from the crop, some byproduct from the crop, and you may enter into the business. So all these regular businesses, you may make some changes into those and you may become entrepreneur. And drone entrepreneur, these are just blind followers. So they follow the traditional methods of production. So even though it causes loss to them, they just go on doing it. Mostly those are traditional businesses, they're family businesses. Okay, so coir industry in Kerala, okay, there it is dominated by drone entrepreneurs. They'll not do any innovation. So whatever is their forefathers were doing, they will also do it in the same way. So whether they are challenged by some new technology, some new products, they will not change. They will just go on doing it. So such businesses are also there. So such entrepreneurs are also there. Okay, and somebody will enter into this business also, and he will also just do whatever people were doing. So all traditional businesses. Okay, again there are new individual entrepreneurs and institutional entrepreneurs. Means you can just make some partnership firm and like that, and you can start your business, or any single person may also start his own business. Inheritance entrepreneurship could be there, and inheritance means it comes by, you can say, chance. It comes by chance, and somebody will accidentally become entrepreneur. Technological entrepreneurs, they will do some good projects in their bees or like that, or by their own, and that becomes a good product, and they become entrepreneurs. So individual or institutional are very popular in our country. So see this Infosys company. It was just started by a small group. Now they all are still together. Okay, so they grown together. So very good. Once you can do some partnership, you may have some good partners with you, and just you can flourish. Okay, inherited entrepreneurs are Reliance, Tata, Birla. Okay, by their generations, the legacy has been handed over to them, and then they are just growing the business. Technological entrepreneurs, so many bright students may develop some product like this, and that may become a good product in the market, and they start their own company. So there are so many people, mostly IITians. Okay, IIT people tend to either go abroad and work in foreign companies, work for foreign companies, or otherwise, if they stay here in India, they may start their own business. Or after working in other countries for few years, they again come back to India and start their business. So mostly they have tendency of going towards the business, because they know, okay, what is their potential and what they can achieve. So there is no alternative, okay, other than business. See this redbus.in, a boy has developed this website, so earning so much of rupees. Okay, so I'll not go into much detail regarding further things. So function of entrepreneur, mostly I have already covered. So organization building, perception of the market opportunities, gaining command over the resources, purchasing units, marketing the product, dealing with bureaucrats, managing human relations within the firm, managing customers, suppliers relations, managing finance, managing production, acquiring and overseeing assembly of the factory, upgrading process and product, introduction to new products, new production techniques and products. So many jobs, but you can hire so many people to do these jobs. So no problem. Initially, you may be doing all the things by yourself. When the business is at very young age, and afterwards, you may hire people for this. So assumption of risk is very important. Decision-making function is very important. Managerial. So management is regarding planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and coordinating. Functions of innovation is very important. So entrepreneurs and economic development. So this is very important. So you are not going to help yourself financially, but also others. So how economic development will be there due to entrepreneurship. So this is very important. So if you are very patriotic, okay, you want to do something for your country, no need to always go to borders and fight. So you can do it in other ways also. This is one of the way. Okay, you can coordinate with the people. You can act like agent. Okay, either you try to grow others. Okay, or together with the team you just try to set up your company. Then you may come with some innovative idea. See this idea. People are always facing this problem. They want to charge their phone, but at the outlet there is nothing to put the phone. So people have come across so many things. See, keeping the wire around this, or this product will hold your phone. Okay, this is innovative idea. See, very simple product. How much you need to uh, produce such product? How much money you need? Okay, maybe very small. So not always very huge amount is required. See the innovation. So very innovative shape of omelets you can make, or you can keep biscuits here. See the scissors. Means this can make chop very small pieces directly. So this is like parallel scissors. Okay, such innovations are there. Very small products, very simple products. See this dining table, 3D printer. So these are the innovations. So you can make your own design and just realize it with some 3D printer. This is a 3D printer. Your computer design can be, you can say, um, realized with that printer. So risk and reward is always there. More risk, more profit. Low risk, low profit. Imitating role. Okay. You may be directly copying businesses from other countries, and you may help our country, our society. Capital formation. So you will be earning money for yourself as well as for the country, for other people, and you will be trying to balance the society. Okay, you're trying to minimize the gap between rich and the poor. Status transformation. You may directly transform your village or town, okay, into a very good town or like that. So single business may change the total society, okay, or your village, your town. Employment generation role. So you may generate very good employment. So there are so many job seekers and very less number of job givers. So you can hire very good people, very bright minds, okay, to your company. And again, export promotion. You may also promote export, because if you make some good products, there are so many underdeveloped countries. Okay, so there are developed countries, very few developed countries, very few developing countries, and there are so many underdeveloped countries. So we as a developing country may help the underdeveloped countries. So it is like helping them also, and doing business also, and exporting our doing exports from our country also. That will greatly affect status of our country. So these are so many things which you can achieve by doing business. So that is all from my side today. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me right now, or even afterwards you can always come to electrical department in room number 13. I'm always there. Okay, and you can discuss about your business plan or your ideas. Okay, you may have many sessions, and we may come out of something innovative. Or if you are not clear what you want to do, but you want to do business like that. So if such is the case, also you come to me and we will work out, okay, what you can do. So my role in our institute is to give you full support. So I will give you information regarding banks, which will give finance for the businesses. Okay. Then I will also give you information regarding government agencies, which will give you loans very easily. Government is right now giving loans. So raising few lakhs is not a problem. And again, you will get subsidized rates on the loans, or payback period will be very long enough. Okay, so that you'll be able to set up your business and then pay back the loan. Or in our institute, you may set up your own office. The space also will be given by our institute. If you need some computers and like that, that also will be provided to you in our college campus itself. So you can start your business in our college itself. So I will give you that, you can say, opportunity. Okay, so you come to me afterwards, and then we will discuss and we may come out with some ideas, business ideas. So all the best for your 4 years of education in FMT, and I hope that few of you will also become very good entrepreneurs in your life or even during this student phase itself. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You have really given a piece of valuable information to the students. I think that they will be motivated and one day they will be successful entrepreneurs in the future. So I would like to thank from the, on behalf of first year engineering department to both of you, Professor D.D. Joshi, as well as Professor Mani, to deliver such nice presentations in front of first year engineering students. Now I would like to hand over the charge to Mule sir, HOD first year engineering department.
All the students, I hope in last 2 days you have got the glimpses of what the institute is doing for all of you and is going to do for all of you, of course, in future. Number of things will be implemented in the department right from your first lecture, and will be implemented in due course of time. For some divisions, A, B, C, we have started long back. Then in the last week, ABC division students have faced or experienced online universal values program, which is a part of student induction program, which was organized by university. And in last 2 days, all of you, right, all the 5 divisions have experienced the student induction program, which first year engineering department has organized. As I shared with you yesterday morning, the main motive of this program is to get well versed with the institution. I hope number of things you might have got during this entire interaction. And of course, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to begin with our regular classes for ABC, and for remaining 2 divisions. The timetable will be shared till evening. For ABC, it is already circulated. For D and E, it will be circulated till today evening. There are number of students who have not yet filled, from D and E division, of course, not yet filled the student information form, which was shared on the WhatsApp group. I here only request all of you to fill it at earliest, because that information will be used for official communication, for internal assessment exam and other things. So for to be in contact till the online session is ongoing, online sessions are ongoing, we need that information. So all of you please fill the form till today evening. Then some of the remarks, attendance will be strictly monitored. In case if you have any problem related to any academic issue, you may contact your mentorship coordinator or your mentorship in charge, mentee. And that list also will be, so who is your mentee and in which group you are, that also will be circulated amongst you shortly. And the concerned person will interact, concerned faculty colleague will interact with that particular group via Google Meet only. And there you can share your problems, your difficulties. In case if you have missed your session, you can contact your faculty, respective subject faculty members, and you can get that information related to the subject from the concerned person, from the concerned faculty. Now at the end, I would like to thank Principal of our college, Dr. Kaushal Prasad, for giving us this opportunity of conducting the workshop. Then Registrar, Mr. Targavkar, for delivering a session on schemes that are being implemented in the institute. Then Head of TNP Department, Professor Kishore Bhosle sir, Coordinator of Entrepreneurship Cell, Professor Jayant Mane sir, my entire team of student induction program, and all my colleagues who have supported this and making this event successful. I also would like to thank all, if anybody has left. And finally, we will continue this, but remember one point before I conclude. Remember one point, that induction program doesn't end over here. There are other events which will be conducted throughout the semester. And whatever you have listened in last 2 days, and of course in between the semester events will be organized, you have to note it down somewhere, because at the end of the semester you have to submit a report on this induction program, and based on that you will get a certificate. So please note down all these things which you have listened during the entire 2-day event, and keep a note of it. So finally, thank you very much to you all for being a part of this induction program, and we will continue to meet in the lectures from tomorrow onwards. Thank you very much to you all. Over to Darshana ma'am.
Thanks a lot, sir. As well as I'm very much thankful to all the students who have patiently listened all the sessions, and I hope that you will be same patient to have the lectures tomorrow onwards. Till we are going to continue the online schedule. You are supposed to join the classes on time, and you are requested to continue with the same schedule which will be distributed to you through your WhatsApp groups. So I wish you all the best for your academics and hope to see you soon in the campus. All the best. Have a good day. We have ended the session for today here only.